What's up, y'all? Rich Social coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. So comment down TG or thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I'll definitely be sure to get back to you with the response. So we recently just got the NBA 2K26 MyPlayer Builder reveal, and there's a whole lot to break down everything from the builder itself, the new animation glossary, build by badges, body types, build templates, scouting report based off the build that you make, new height balancing, badges, new takeovers and Capbreakers, badge perks, badge accelerators, takeover progression, build specialization, more impactful Capbreakers, and there's a whole lot more than that with a whole new rebirth system. So I just want to say thank every single one of y'all for your support. We're growing rapidly, and if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now there's going to be 5 key areas in which I do want to break down today because there's not a lot of talk about this. One is going to be the contact dunk requirements that we currently do know of. On top of that, when it comes towards the next topic we're getting into is going to be some new build names. On top of that, the new playmaking animation requirements and what changes we've seen. The updated passing style requirements with Capbreakers and how they give a major impact this year. But before we do all that, I want to go ahead and open up with a scripture coming out of the first book of Samuel, verse 2. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none besides thee, neither is there any rock like our God. You know, that's just a real message that I need to spread out to the 2K community to let y'all know that if you put your faith first in Jesus Christ and really just allow him to work in your life, everything that you touch and come across will be blessed for his purpose, man. So I'm going to go ahead and show y'all exactly in the background what 2K did reveal to us yesterday as far as the MyPlayer Builder. And I also did put out a tweet regarding the contact dunks and what we know which animations can be unlocked so far based off this trailer. The tweet reads, for elite contact dunks in NBA 2K26, players will need a 96 driving dunk and an 82 vertical. For pro contact dunks, the requirement is 87 driving dunk with a 75 vertical. For small contact dunks, the requirement is 86 driving dunk, 75 vertical, and the height this year is actually extended up to 6'5". I checked it out from 2K Labs and the builder itself this year, and it's pretty exciting that we are seeing some animations be allowed at taller heights. So it's super important to note that some of these animations have remained unchanged from last year, and I think that's something we're going to see a lot with some of these other animations throughout the year. On top of that, I do want to mention when it comes towards actually getting the elite standing contact dunks, it's potentially worth noting that if you're looking to make a big man, all you may need is the exact same requirements that we had to get in NBA 2K25. I'm not saying it's set in stone, but with the trend that we're seeing with the finishing so far, I think it's definitely worth something betting on. And just as you can see from the screenshots that I took on yesterday's stream, elite dunks off of 2, and then on top of that, you're also going to be able to see the pro contact dunks off 2 as well, and then the small contact dunks off of 2 here. So I'm really interested in knowing what the next requirements are going to be for those contact dunks. Now, if the animation requirements are the same from last year, I think it's going to make it a whole lot easier with knowing which animations you want to try to at least attain starting out. That way we already know what kind of build that we want to make starting day 1. And also yesterday, we did get some new build reveal names. And on top of that, I did put out a tweet regarding some other build names that we did get from the actual 2K dev, MyPlayer Builder, CH Hoops himself. So this build right here, as you can see, the 2-way 3-point slasher. I really love this final page layout of the MyPlayer Builder. And as you can see in the bottom right corner, it is going to give you your strengths and weaknesses, just something to pay attention to. And when you make each and every build, I really love the fact that it's going to show you which weaknesses that you can work on if you want to remake it. Now another build that we got here is going to be the ISO 7. Another one on top of that from Ronnie 2K, Cash Out, Flamethrower, Fluid 4, and also Launchpad. But I did put out a tweet, and the tweet that I put out reads confirmed build names in NBA 2K26. They were not lying when they said we're getting the most unique builds ever. ISO Sniper, 2-way 3-point slasher, Rim Reaper, Stretch Cleaner, Point Fading Wizard, Board Hunting Skilled Stretch, Shot Creating Stretch Playmaker, 3-point Titan, We also got no fly zone, flamethrower, launch pad, big glide. I'm telling y'all, man, this is going to be a year of diversity. I've even heard, and based off the tweet that Zach Timmerman did put out, we have over 4,200 unique archetypes that we can use this year in NBA 2K26, man. So I'm telling y'all, if you are a content creator, this is going to be the year to really try to find every single one of those unique build names. I'm putting money on it that they may even add more builds throughout the year, man. Something really exciting to think about. Now, throughout the trailer, I did pause it, and something that I really found interesting was some of the breakdown combos and the actual requirements that they do have. So I believe there's 2 new ones that we're getting. Brandon Ingram, which does require an 84 ball handle, at least to be under 6'10" and in between 6'5". And on top of that, when it comes towards being able to get Michael Jordans, all you need is a 75 ball handle, at least be 6'5" and under 6'10". So really something special about that height from 6'5" to 6'9". That's going to be something worth noting to pay attention to. Now, something that I thought was really interesting, that when it comes towards Kyrie Irving, Reggie Jackson, Allen Iverson, and LeBron James breakdown combos, they're the exact same requirements that we did have last year in NBA 2K25. I checked it out from the builder itself, and man, it's starting to seem that some of these, animations that we're unlocking are going to be the same exact requirement that we had last year, possibly even better, or even maybe even tougher to acquire. Like, for example, jump shots like Patty Mills, that was the best jump shot for guards last year. It may be very well possible that it's a jump shot that you unlock at a higher rated, rating for your 3-point or mid-range. Who knows? Now, there's definitely other ones that I want to get into, like the go-to shots, but I'm going to save that for another video. As far as for this next area, another one that I did check out was going to be the passing style. So, as you can see for LaMelo Ball, you need an 84 pass accuracy. Also on top of that, Devin Booker, I believe this is a new one, 93 pass accuracy here. On top of that, when it comes towards Mike Conley, you need a 95. This is definitely a new one that we're going to be seeing, but it's all going to come down to if they are worth using. As something worth noting, so Luka Doncic's pass accuracy and his passing style actually got moved down from NBA 2K25. So in NBA 2K25, it was rated and needed to be unlocked at a 94 pass accuracy rating. This year, it's dropped all the way down to an 88. And for those of y'all who know, who ran a higher rated pass accuracy, Luka Doncic, I would not say that his pass accuracy was not worth using this year, man, especially because it was just super slow with the way that it looked. Now, I know my big man know exactly what I'm talking about, but for those of y'all who don't, I like what I'm seeing out of 2K. They're making adjustments to animations that necessarily aren't the best in the game and possibly making other ones more expensive to use. And that's going to create a lot of balance down the road and throughout this year. And the final area that I do want to talk about is going to be these Capbreakers. You're going to be seeing this screenshot right here a lot in the community and probably on Twitter. And if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on that. So let's read the post from 2K themselves, man. This is going to be something that a lot of people are going to be using to probably be making some of the most broken builds in the game. So let's read it. More impactful Capbreakers. Capbreakers are evolving. In NBA 2K25, each Capbreaker raised an attribute by 1 point. Most players in the community chose to make their best attributes even better rather than addressing their weaknesses. This is true. In NBA 2K26, each Capbreaker will still raise your highest rated and strongest attribute by 1 point, but if you choose to apply them to your lower rated attributes, you will see a greater boost. For example, if your favorite MyPlayer build is struggling in the rec because you left its free throw rating low, a Capbreaker could raise your free throw rating by double-digit points at a time and provide a significant improvement. Remember, Capbreakers have a few restrictions to ensure balanced gameplay experience. A Capbreaker can be applied to each attribute a maximum of 5 times. You can use a Capbreaker on an attribute up to its max potential rating allowed by your build's height, weight, and wingspan, which is shown in the MyPlayer Builder while allocating your attribute potential. You must progress an attribute category to its max potential before applying a Capbreaker. Capbreakers can be earned from build specialization questlines, season rewards, rep rewards, and some other ways that we can't just talk about yet. Now look, a whole lot of news, but based off what we're seeing with these Capbreakers, man, I'm going to break it down for y'all as best as I can see it right now. So one quick question that I have is, when you pay attention towards the standing dunk and the driving dunk. Don't pay too much attention towards that free throw right now. That's, the 44, that's to confuse y'all. What you need to pay attention to is your lowest rated attribute. So you have a 25 driving dunk, a 25 standing dunk. For some reason, the first cap breaker on each of those gives you a 14 and a 15. Now, that's one question that I have, and maybe down the road, once we get more about this builder, a lot will know. But if you look at the second one, it pretty much balances them both out. So you'll have a total of 26 boosts put towards that driving and standing dunk if you were to use 4 cap breakers in total. Now let's just focus on the driving dunk right now. So right here, you're able to get a plus 14. Add the 12, that's going to be a plus 26. Now, I know some of y'all might not be good at math, but add a plus 10, that's going to be 36. Now, once we move towards that plus 8, plus 7, what is that? A total of 51 attribute points put towards your driving dunk based off not putting any attribute points on your driving dunk. Now think about that, man. Look, if you add a 51 on top of a 25, that's going to bring this up to a total of a 76 boost when it comes towards that driving dunk and all. And look, I know it's not a full boost of 76 attribute points, but you're pretty much adding it onto a part of your build that you didn't throw anything towards. So 2K is already giving you, that little bit of nod of adding on that plus 25 because it's already required. So look, let me break it down for y'all. Let's just say that plus 51 is applied to every single different attribute and category. Now, the main question that I have is, why do we get a plus 15 on the standing dunk? Is it possible that if let's say you're a smaller build, I don't even want to get into that right now, actually. I'm just going to stay focused on this. So as far as for being able to get a plus 51 put towards your attributes, that's crazy, man. We've never seen that. Now, it potentially may be game breaking. Let's say you get 15 different cap breakers and you don't upgrade, like, let's say, for example, you're a 7'4" center, but you allow yourself to have the potential to get a 76 ball handle. Now, use 5 cap breakers and boom, you have at least pro dribble moves on your build at the height of 7'4". Now, let's say you can shoot with a 72-80 3-point shot this year, and you don't put anything towards your 3-point shot, but you allow your center who's 7'4" to get a 76 3-point shot with those 5 extra cap breakers. Now look, think about this, man. Being balanced in playmaking and shooting, if you know what you're doing and you can green consistently with a pure green window this year, on top of that, if you get, hot zones by boosts, man, I'm telling you, you can easily get into the 80s and green consistently at that. Now, let's just go ahead and take it a step further. Let's say you didn't put something up like your pass accuracy, or example here, your driving dunk, possibly your driving layup, or even, I think perimeter defense is pushing it, but let's say your block, for example. Let's say you didn't put anything towards your block. You have a 25, but you use 5 cap breakers towards this area, and now you're up to a 76. Now that's decent, man. I know a lot of people aren't thinking about this in the community right now, man, but my mind's been racing, and I'm going to break everything down for y'all, especially over this weekend. You will be getting the upload, so I want to know your thoughts and opinions, man. What are you most excited about in NBA 2K26? There is so much news out there, but really be careful to who you pay attention to. Here, man, you're going to get transparent news, and I'm always going to give you my honest opinion, and I'll be real with y'all. I'm excited with what we're seeing, man. Demigod, you're back. It's confirmed. You're hearing it right here. And just know, don't take that with, any negative type of, don't take that with a grain of salt, man, because with build effectiveness being, diverse this year, I really think that we're in for a special year, man. I don't think there's going to be just one meta. I truly think that we're going to see build diversity, and that's all I can ask for. And all we want is a fun game to play at the end of the day, man. A better game than what we got in NBA 2K25. So once again, thank y'all for the support. God bless every single one of you. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And with all that being said, though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.